Hey everybody, it's Marcus here with Discover Ignite, and today I want to talk about this concept, right? This theory that everybody dies but nobody lives. Now, we don't really grasp that, right? We always kind of brush that off as something like, yeah, I get it, we all die, and yeah, if I don't seek out my dreams, that they will never come true. And for whatever reason, it seems like we are satisfied with that answer, and we just kind of let life happen to us, right? And we're just kind of drifting along in hopes that maybe, we win the lottery, or maybe, I finally get that promotion, or, maybe I just get lucky. And, you come to a time in your life where you're like, maybe it's a traumatic event, right? Maybe something major happens in your life and you're like, you know what, I should really actually maybe do something with my life. Maybe I should really actually go do that thing I've always wanted to do, right? And I've always tried to forecast things, right? And I always try to think, well, what if I'm in my deathbed? But if looking back and reflecting on my life and thinking, well, what if I would have just, wrote that book, or, started that business, or did something that would have actually benefited myself a lot more than what I had, And I'm grateful for what I have, right? Don't get me wrong. Like I've worked my way up and, become a developer after I never thought I was going to be a developer. And those things like that just, I'm grateful for that stuff. And those are things that I can always look back in my life and be like, yes, I was able to do that. That was something I've always wanted to do. I did do it, I executed it, and it happened, right? Now, it's not always easy. Like, that's the hardest thing, is to think about your dreams, right? We're so fearful of what that comes with, right? I think a lot of us get afraid of the success, right? What would we actually do if we started a business and it was successful, right? Would that change us? Would that, alter who we were? Would we become greedy people? Would we, do things that we thought was outside of our personality? I mean, there's so many different things, right? But if you really look at, where we are, right? You want to just allow life to take you, and life is a guessing game, right? It's it's trial and error. But if you don't actually steer your ship to where you want to go, it's just gonna drift, right? It's just gonna drift in the ocean, and good luck with whatever happens, right? And at the end of the day, a lot of times you'll say, well, I'll just wait till tomorrow because my dreams can wait, right? Because that's essentially what we're saying, is that our dreams don't mean anything to us. They're just, false advertisement essentially, right? Because it's not going to happen. If it was meant to be, it would have happened, right? And that's not the case, right? That's not the way things are going to work. Like, I would have never been a programmer right now, right? And that all hails back to, when I made that decision, when I decided, when I was back in that factory, working, doing truck installation, to join the military, right? If I would have never taken that route, there was no way I would be where I am now. There was no way I could have achieved that. Maybe I would have been back to college. Maybe I would have got fed up again at some point. But who knows, right? Nobody knows that for sure. I mean, I know the path, the path that I created has led me to this point, but if I would have stayed there, who knows, right? There was nothing there. There was absolutely nothing there. And at the time, I was living with my father at 20 years old, and I had no clue what I was gonna do. I was working ridiculous hours, and I was letting life just let me drift, right? And that's what it was giving me, right? I had done 20 other different kinds of jobs that had nothing to do with each other. And here I was working at a truck installation factory and looking down the barrel of the gun saying, man, this is gonna be the rest of my life. And so that is just it, right? Is to know that life isn't gonna give you what you want. Like, you have to go out and get it. And again, if I wouldn't have took that chance and went in the military to get the skills that I needed, those skills helped me so far, right? But I ended up going back to college anyway, but it allowed me to go to college without being in debt, right? And it allowed me to get ahead in life, which was something I wanted to do. I didn't know how I was gonna do it, but I just know I had to get ahead in life, right? Because I didn't want to be dealt this hand. And it led me down to the path to becoming that developer when, you know, at a young age, I thought there was no way I'm gonna make money being a software developer. There's no such thing really, or not anybody that I knew of at the time. So it was just something to keep in mind, right? Is to remember yourself on that deathbed, right? And maybe we would all be so lucky that we could reflect on our lives, but if you were on that deathbed, like, what would you do? Like, would you just say, man, I wish I really done that, right? Why do I regret so much? You know, why didn't I ask that girl out? Why didn't I, you know, take that chance on that book and not worry about what everybody else is thinking, you know? And none of that matters, right? Because at the end of the day, you're gonna come home and then you gotta stare in the mirror at that person, at you, and you can't lie to yourself. You know, you can try all you want, but you know, the person in the mirror, they know what's going on. They're gonna say, well, what's the excuse today? You know? Or, well, why can't we do that? You know, I'd really like to actually do that and see where it goes. Maybe I'll be successful and that can be scary, but you know what? You can at least say, hey, I actually tried. I actually went out and I did it. And, you know, maybe I was successful, maybe I wasn't, but, you know, I tried. And that's all that matters. And so I hope this video helped you guys. If you liked it, if you enjoyed it, hit that like button. And until next time, I will see you guys later.